eBay is saturated. Amazon FBA is saturated. Wish is getting saturated. Where can you sell my products? The desire to make some extra cash, combined with our collective conscience poking at us to be more sustainable, has led to a boom in the reselling market. You can sell at Depop. And what is Depop? At Depop, the peer-to-peer shopping app's $62 million investment is evidence the demand is firmly there for the industry to continue to grow. Of course, reselling is nothing new, with the likes of eBay has been around for what seems like forever. And sites like Stocks, which lets users resell hard-to-get products, have received huge backing in recent years. Depop's niche, however, is that its demographic of millennials are after vintage, dead stock and everyday pieces more than they are, say, the latest buzz brand. Depop functions like most social media apps. It allowing users to scour through results based on customized searches, hashtags and curated pages to find a bargain. Which is much easier than going to the local vintage shop in the hope of finding something decent. For the buyer, one of the pros is dealing with people of a similar age and not a faceless organization that just wants more money. Others enjoy knowing that they're helping the seller, who, quite often, is getting rid of unwanted clothes to tide them over until payday, rather than build a business. That being said, for many, Depop has grown into a platform that has the potential to make them some real money. Some have utilized the platform so proficiently that they've built a full-on business out of selling clothes online. Harry Adorian with the username @Adorian is one such person. He's built a following of 10,000 people so far and prefers using Depop to sell his clothes over other sites. eBay is such a big market for all ages and all countries, which makes it much harder to find trends. The market on Depop is much generally younger and cooler. Depop has amassed more than 13 million customers in 147 countries since launching in 2011, according to the company. And it has its sights firmly set on young shoppers, who make up 90% of its users. The company's mission is to empower these shoppers to disrupt the fashion industry and give them the chance to become entrepreneurs. Now let's dive into how you can get started. These are the steps that you need to do to sell on Depop. Number 1. First, you need to download the app. Number 2. Depop will then ask you to create a username, link the account to your email address, and add a photo that represents your brand. Number 3. You'll also need to describe the style of your brand and what you're planning to sell. This description will appear just under your username on your personal page. You can also link to your Instagram page to promote yourself more. Number 4. Next, you set up your billing address details and link your account to your PayPal. This is where all payments are handled. Once you have a profile, you can start listing new items for sale. The steps on starting out at Depop is pretty easy and basic. You shouldn't have problem doing so. Now we will go into how you can get followers on Depop. Before going on, if you feel that I have given you some value, please help me by smashing the like button, subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell, so you will be updated when I upload new videos like this. These are the steps on getting followers on Depop. Number 1. Be active. For once, you shouldn't feel guilty about endless scrolling. Being active on Depop can help you get your page noticed. When you're not listing your unwanted gear, hunt around different communities on the site and follow profiles selling pieces similar to your own. Hop on the Explore page too and see what's catching the eye of the curators. This will help make your products as attractable as possible. Number 2. Be nice. It's simple and should be a given, but be polite. Adorian claims it's one of the key things that sets his shop apart. A massive way of growing is just to be really nice. Nice messages, be responsive, be understanding and be patient. User at 101 Vintage Store owner Kirsty, who boasts over 29,000 followers, agrees, saying she values customer service highly, which has led to lots of repeat customers. Number 3. Get consistent. How your image is photographed is everything. Ask different people and they'll give you opposing answers for what works: on body, flat lay, bright colors, minimalism. Truth is, there's no recipe for success. However, you can up your chances by ensuring that your product is framed clearly so it's easy to digest on the first glance. Aim to create a consistent style so that your shop window, your profile page, in this case, looks neat and professional. This will also help you get to the Explore page, which places your products in front of thousands of potential buyers. How you can sell on Depop? Optimize your caption. The image of what's up for grabs does the talking, but the caption will deliver it to the right people. The key is not to oversell. Use terms that people are going to search for first, like vintage or pre-loved. And be informative. Often people will search for the size from the outset. So make sure you're specific on how the piece fits and add any other notes you'd want to know if you were buying it. Upload in bulk. User at Joe Buck Vintage. Now a Depop top seller, explains that he has seen success in refreshing items as much as you can and listing in large quantities. The idea here is that you've provided a selection for visitors once they've hit your profile. Think of your page as a physical store. You wouldn't bank on one piece working for everyone, so give options and be willing to package them into a deal should someone be interested in purchasing more than one piece. If you want to be extra savvy with bulk uploading, take advantage of when Depop offers zero selling fees to save extra cash. Be clever with timings. Streetwear seller Koei with username @MojoKojo says that the evening, between 7 to 9 p.m., is the perfect time for selling. And pretty much everyone agrees. It's a common sense call that's easy to overlook, so list your products when you've got the biggest audience possible. In the evening, you have a captive audience of people back from work and school and are most likely scrolling. Harry Adorian uploads once a week, usually on a Thursday evening, or just before payday to service people when they can afford it. Being consistent seems to work for user at 101 Vintage Store too. Evening uploads every day, 15 plus items and ideally more. And a good mix of price points and styles for everyone is a good place to start. Be flexible. That sweatshirt might have once cost you £60. But sadly, you have to be honest with yourself when it comes to reselling. Don't see it as a bad thing, so price your products realistically and you'll create more demand than by starting too high and scaring people off. Kirsty of at 101 Vintage Store agrees. Everyone seems to look to sell the big brands and loud items at high prices, but we can't all afford a £100 sweatshirt. Look to source basic items that everyone wants to wear and that you can price low. Package things well. Your efforts shouldn't stop as soon as the money hits your PayPal account. If you want people to review you highly and look to you again for more products, take extra care to package your product neatly and make it something they're excited to open. If you can, stay as sustainable as the clothes you're shipping by packaging them in biodegradable or recyclable packing. And follow Adorian's lead and encourage your buyer to do the same if they're looking to sell something. These are some commonly asked questions. Number 1. How should I price my items? A common seller mistake is overpricing. Normally when selling, place newly used items for 75% of the original price since they've rarely been worn. Items that have been well worn typically go for 30 to 40% of their original price. If you don't remember how much you bought something for, estimate the price by using the value of its brand. For instance, if it's designer, it will be worth more than other brands. It can help to look through some popular Depop accounts to understand how they price their products. Overall, the key to pricing your products correctly is finding the balance between the brand value and customer demands. So play around with it until you hit the sweet spot. Number 2. Does a description matter? A good product description can make a difference to customers. When buying things online, people want to know what the product is like before they buy it. If you write an honest yet catchy description, it will help you gain trust from your customers. Some things you can include are descriptions of the silhouette, material, and if there are any sizing irregularities. If it's a size medium but fits like a small. This is also a good place to add suggestions like what to pair the item with. Most importantly, it's crucial to advertise the item in a positive light without steering away from the truth. Being dishonest could ultimately cause you to receive bad reviews and fewer customers in the future. Number 3. What happens if someone is interested? While this may be the best part of the selling process, it's important to keep good business tactics in mind while negotiating a sale. Prepare to answer any possible questions about the item or shipping information. Also, sometimes you may have to negotiate the price in order to make a sale. A basic rule of thumb for negotiating is that if there are a lot of people interested, then don't knock out too much from the price, as you may find a buyer willing to pay more for the product. On the other hand, if you have a product that's not selling, it's always better to get some money out of it than to have it clutter in your closet for a longer period of time. Number 4. What are the shipping options? There are a few options to consider shipping wise. If you decide to ship with Depop, you will have to select what size packaging your product needs, $4.50, for small size package, 8.00, for medium, or $10 for large. There's an extra large package for $15. Then you can choose to pay for the shipping or to have the buyer pay. If the item is under $10, then have the buyer pay for the shipping. This is because you don't want to have to pay more for the shipping of the product than you get from selling it. If the item is on the pricier side, it's a great idea to pay for the shipping yourself, as it will entice buyers to purchase if they don't have to worry about shipping. Also, you're getting good money for the product, so it won't hurt to pay a bit to get it to the customer. If you don't want to ship with Depop, you can set your shipping to manual and ship on your own. If you decide to do this, you can set a shipping price for your customers if you would like them to pay for their shipping. While manual shipping can be a bit less expensive, you also need to stay safe when creating a shipping plan. Hope these tips help you in your journey in selling with Depop. If you like my video, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel and comment down below. Thank you.